you doing? We're back again for another edition of the Economic Development Show. All right, we told you that we get a better name in 2024, and it's still coming. Trust the process is working. Trust the process, don't rush the process. I'm Andre, and to my right, I have
Jaleel. I'm Jaleel, the business education coordinator on the team. And to his left, we have.
Hello, I'm Michelle Urea.
I'm Mara Palmer.
It's good to see everybody. We are back. We're, as you can see, some of us look bundled up because where we're at is extremely nippy outside, to say the least. We're getting the frigid airs of Washington. It's almost as if it's all stored up for us so that we can experience the goodness. The sun's taking a little hiatus, but we're expecting the sun to come back and with full fury so we can enjoy that, because I want the sun. I miss it. But alas, you tuned in because you wanted to figure out how to get your customers back, and you wanted to figure out how to be customer centric in the way that you did things. So this is what we're talking about today: how to have that customer centric business that brings explosive growth in your sales. Let's talk a little bit about what people have found with their own experiences of customer engagement from businesses that you went through too and that you partake in right now. What are some of the businesses that you love? And we're not shouting them out by name. Maybe you could highlight them. They're not sponsored yet, but we'll highlight them since we want to be good stewards of that. So anybody want to talk about?
I'll highlight my car company. I won't say who it is because they're not paying us, but yet. But I decided to go with them just because one of my good friends, that's the only car that they, like the car company that they ever buy. And so when I was shopping for a new car, I was like, man, they had that one car for so long. Mm-hmm. And then after they had that car for so long, they had two cars for a real long time from that company.
Feeling something in the east, something like Japan, maybe.
Okay, keep
maybe.
Going.
I'm sorry, I just sensed the little connections.
And then when those cars, I think I don't know how many miles they had on them. They went and they bought 3 of the same vehicle.
Oh, wow.
Of the same exact vehicle. Everybody drives the same color and the same car. Okay. So their house has 3 of the same vehicles. I'm like, are you guys? They're like, we just know that nowhere else. Like, it's just quality. They ordered them. They had them ready for them. Went and picked them up. And the service, when they need to get their car service done, easy, quick. Yeah. They'll call you and they'll be like, hey, so we have an appointment at this time just for you to get your car serviced. Or I remember one time one of my tire was low or something. They called me. They're like, do you want to bring it in so we could make sure that everything's good? Literally no cost. It took me 2 minutes for them to fix it.
They called you when
they called me.
Your tire pressure was low. They called you.
Yes.
Oh, that's service. That's next level.
Yes.
So they got that thing electronically.
Yes. And there was some other thing that was going on with my car. I had no idea what was going on. They're like, hey, do you mind bringing it by? It'll take us about 5 minutes just to take a look at this. Literally on my way home. So I stopped by. Somebody came out, took a look at it. You're good to go. It's like, wow. They really made this whole system so that I'm successful with my car. And my car is important to me. I got to get all the places. So for that to be a very reliable source and I'm taken care of, I don't even think about the price really.
And this is titled Out of the Box Ideas, right? But some of these ideas that we're going to talk about today are going to seem so simple, but they're so hard to do. All right? And almost guaranteed, 95% of the people that watch this, they're not going to do anything that we say. But the 5% that do, they're going to blow up this year.
Absolutely.
All of this service that you were talking about was post-sale. This was a post-close. Everything that you just said about that transaction, it was not when they walked you to the car. It was not when they drove it around for you. It let you smell the seats. No. Everything that you just had to say about this company was after the transaction was done.
That is the key
And that's
thing.
why you're loyal.
Yep.
Because they closed her for the future. And now, what's the strength of the referral?
Right, I'm like, I tell everybody they need one of these cars. If people are shopping around for the car, I got a list for you. I got a list of cars from this company that you should buy.
And she's not talking about, because I got a deal. It's the service post sale. And she didn't get a deal, but she would probably pay the same price again for everything that you received.
Good.
So how does this apply to you? All right, we're in business. This is January. This is the month of hope and change. All right, now you get to reflect, recalibrate, and then take action as we go through the rest of this year. If you're in a service or if you have a product, whatever it is, what is your system post sale? How are you taking care of your people after they have paid you? Because that's really within the sales cycle. You have to do all of the work to get people into the funnel, and then you have to talk to your client or your lead per se, and then once you've converted them into a sale, once they've transacted with you,
They became a customer.
now that they're a customer, the question is, are you going to say peace, thanks for the cash, and dip? Or are you going to keep the process going? And it's really like all the big companies that you can think about. Say if you're going to order something online, we're already thinking about the same company. If you want to go watch a movie that has superheroes, we're all thinking about the same company. They're doing something after the transaction has occurred
To keep you coming back.
Yeah.
How can we serve you with more? How can we give you more? Give another example of someone with a company that you've interacted with that they've established a connection with you that's been customer centric. What are some of the businesses you use on the day to day?
I don't know about the day to day, because I cut back. However, there is a particular fast food brand
Okay.
that I really enjoy. I mean, the quality is really on point every single time. The customer service is on point. They have so many employees. They're coming and going, like they're cranking them out, even with all the things, DoorDash and people in person, people in the drive-through, and it's just efficient, So that the reason why I have benefited from my clientele for decades is because I provide consistent quality service, and they know what to expect. They know it's going to be the same every single time. Even if they want a new service or a new style, I just need a picture. You know what I'm saying? So we can share the same visual, because some people, they have a million names for styles now.
Absolutely.
So it might not register that way, but developing that consultation, even if it's in the drive-through, like, you know what I'm saying, what do you like, and then you have an offering. If you want to get a full size, great. If you want to get a kid's meal, we're not even going to frown upon you, what I'm saying? It's still money in the bank, it don't make us no different. So just, having that easy access to quality service, that's how you develop lifetime customers.
Absolutely. A company I engage with often, they created my cell phone and they wrapped me into their network of other products.
They put them in the verse. They put them in the verse.
I'm in the verse. Y'all know what it is. I'll say, customer service, they have a system for it. Like, you go on the computer, find the nearest store location, schedule. Like, it's, again, a lot of the things that it's kind of crazy, actually, now that we're talking about it out loud. A lot of things I think about when I think about the companies I engage with is really the support and the service post-sale.
Absolutely.
Because that's, psychologically, that's really, like, we all need to feel like we've made the right decision. Most powerful referral source. But then post-sale, it's really the service afterwards that validates, like, because there's always still that question mark of, okay, I just purchased this thing for $1,000 whatever dollars. Did I really make the right call? Should I have went with this other thing that I'm seeing marketed just as much? And it's the post-sale service that really just deepens the loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
For me, it's an education. I invest a lot in my own personal education, and then of course, same with our children's education. And so, on the children's side, we have a person who is a nurse. They're not even an official office person, but they work. The nurse's office is right in the front office, and they always come out of their office and know by name the parents. Know the situation. Oh, how's it going? How are you doing? Just very encouraging, remembering, checking up on something that they last remember. How's that going? And that to me is, that's what keeps me coming back to that, is because there's someone that understands the value of each family and what is the monetary value, but they're not even likely thinking the monetary value. They've made it a habit they don't have to just be have the extrovert set. They've made the deliberate intentionality of knowing the name and knowing what's going on. Then I think about myself, I buy courses, and one of the communities I'm in, the course creator of it with a huge platform of all these people on it, messages and checks in on me. How are things going? Are you moving forward on that goal? How are you? That makes me say, I need to step it up. I said I was going to do this. Let me level up and let me follow up and do that. Remember, hit me up if you need that. What is your goal? They're revisiting my goal to make sure with all the people they have, I don't care if it's automation, but when I see a personalized response of when I go in, it shows that they have the foresight. So they're showing their unique value proposition that they owe to me. There's a article that we as a team were looking at out of Forbes that talks about the title is, go ahead and read the title of the article.
I gotcha. Title of the Forbes article is 6 out-of-the-box ideas to increase your sales this year.
So number one was highlight the unique value your business brings. So highlight what is your unique value proposition? What is it that you're bringing to the table? Maybe it is the way that you care for your customers. That it's people overwhelmingly when you give, you send out. Are you conducting intel and research? Are you assessing how things are going? Do you send out customer surveys? Do you figure out the feedback of where you could pivot and where you could increase in that? Oh, let's triple down on that. They say this really worked well. They say they felt great when this happened as a result of that touch point, right? This is the opportunities we get with highlighting what it is that we do. It could be your story. It could be keep your UVP brief but impactful. Maybe you're a small hometown business that features items from local artisans. Use that as a strength for why people should purchase from you instead of the big box chain store down the road. Emphasize why your business is different and a better option for your customers. So how are you highlighting what makes you different? And I love how the ones that have spoken today who are here say that it was post the sale. So it's the pre-sale, it's the during the sales process, and it's the post-sale. How am I made to feel when I'm in this environment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's something else. I honestly, I love sales. Sales is great because it's
You love sales?
it's-
Isn't that hard to believe?
It's I mean the process. It's just the process of it, you know, and the engagement, that kind of the psychology with it. So one of the other things with talking about your business, right, and your value. So here's one of the small things I learned is you have to tell people what you've done for them, because when you come from a heart of servitude, you'll actually go above and beyond, and you'll do a lot of things for people that they won't know, and it's not going to be appreciated unless it's been voiced.
That's good.
And so when you're in your business, if you created a 7-step system to make their transaction more efficient, then you should let them know that. Like, you have to tell people about it, and then they're like, wow, this person took the time behind the scenes to make this process more efficient so that I can come in, come out, and be serviced. And so that is just, it's a small thing, but it's actually a huge thing. Actually, a very, very huge thing. Because then, and that's part of telling your story. And another thing, because with sales, a lot of people think of like the used car salesman, something slimy, someone that's trying to get something from you. When you're coming from the right heart attitude, you'll be proud to talk about what you're doing and why you're doing it for your customers, because you're trying to make their life easier. It's all about making their life easier. And if we're not voicing our value proposition, it might be an insecurity thing, or maybe an intention. Maybe there is a part of you that is just trying to collect a check, and you know it's true, and so you don't want to talk too much about it because you feel slimy. So
For the money,
it's so real. Like, so, and we talked about the greatest among us is a servant this morning in our team meeting. You know, we want this hype and all this stuff, but if you're going to do it the right way, you're going to come from the heart of a servant, right? You're here to serve your customer. That's why you're not making your business name whatever you want.
Pay Me Enterprises.
Pay Me Enterprises. You're going to make it something where it makes sense for your customer. Like, you want to do everything for your customers. So if you have a hard time talking about your value proposition or what you're bringing to the table for your customer, it's either likely maybe you don't believe that what you're doing is actually good enough. And then if that's true, that's okay. Go back to the workshop and put the actual effort that you know that you can do for your customer, so you can be proud of what you're giving to your customer. And it's very simple after that. But it is this first part, it's simple, but it's a heart check.
Can you highlight one of the messages you sent in our group thread about one of our customers and the feedback that they gave about coaching?
Oh,
Does anyone? I mean,
let me see if I can find that. You
So
can
I
read it.
can't have it, but yeah. One of the things that one of the things that we offer in our programs is support with mentors and business coaches, and being able to have one-on-one sessions with business coaches and
Coaches and consultants.
coaching and consultants. And so we checked in with one of our coaches last week, and he was just praising about some of our participants about just them really taking advantage of this opportunity. It's a 6-month program, and for 6 months we offer support in business coaching. And so this specific entrepreneur shared with us that just a little synopsis, a little
snippet.
piece, a
Little
little snippet.
Skosh.
They said,
Skosh, that's a good word. Word of
let's
the week.
see. We have covered a lot of ground in our 101 sessions. And I said, I was overthinking and compiling multiple businesses into one brand. My coach has helped me streamline my business goals by bringing a perspective that helps me narrow my target market and narrow my blind spots in terms of marketing, and help me reimagine
It's good.
what I will offer to my ideal customer and audience. I feel clear, more confident, and motivated to go after my dreams and take my business to the next level.
We want that clarity for you. This is why we are operating out as we operate. We want to see businesses that flourish. We want that clarity. We want that confidence, and we want that you know about your capability, and you go out and you execute at a high level with your customers. The number 2 thing that we want to highlight out of this article is it talks about engage with your customers. Cash is king. It says, customer service is king, especially when consumers are making fewer shopping trips. A positive experience can bring existing customers back to your store, and that's your digital storefront as well, and provide word of mouth marketing, or word of mouse, right? Click of mouse to future customers. By engaging customers online or in person, you also have the advantage of identifying potential pain points and strengths. When you understand where you excel and how you can improve, you can implement strategies to make necessary changes. Existing customers then notice positive changes and feel that their opinions matter. And we talked about this by the intel that we're doing, the pre-survey, the post-survey. When you know how sometimes, I'm honest, when I engage with someone who is a customer service rep, I don't like doing surveys. But when they were fired, I'd be like, bet. They'd be like, can you do me a favor? They ask last after they've over-delivered. They'd be like, they circle the little receipt or whatever. They'd be like, hey, can you do me a favor? It would really help me if you were to just go and you say, absolutely, let me do that right now while I'm standing right here, because you put me first.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to put you first, and remembering who's the one that's to be served, as you highlighted, because we arc everything under the words of the master. We do things from that biblical framework. And so the master spoke and said that if any of us wants to be great, the first thing they have to do is be a servant of all. They have to lift others up. So how can we lift others up? With their customer service that we have. We want our clients, we want more emails like that. We want more of the business owners who are part of our community to say, I was feeling discouraged, right? My team, this is special to my team because we just had that happen. I was feeling discouraged right now. I was feeling frazzled, but then you reached out to me and this has helped me. And now I've got some clarity and I've got a spark to do more.
Yeah.
You know, what came to my mind is, in business, especially when it comes to sales, we can't be entitled to a tip. We can't be entitled to asking for tips. Like, I feel like that's kind of the world we live in now. You know what I'm saying? You pull
You just
up and
arrived.
You just
There's
arrived.
going to be a question on the screen. Is there really? Do you know what that question's going to be, or are you pretending like you don't
Come
know?
on. I mean, if you're watching this video and you live in this century and you pulled up to any coffee stand, you know that a tip is being requested before any real
Any
service has been
rendered.
rendered. It's like, and
That is true.
it was like, man, and then they
You
even
haven't
changed it
received
up.
your coffee yet.
You haven't even
and they're
received the
already-
coffee.
Your job.
You haven't even received.
Just for showing
think
up.
about it. You haven't even received the product, and they're asking. And don't let the numbers nowadays. I look at the numbers. It starts at 15%.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this economy switched up, so I get it, but like 15% minimum, and then you got 15, 30,
And this, and
45%.
by the way, and this employer is a multi-billion-dollar. So they're trying to put it in the front of the customer of being like, and I don't mind. I'm gonna be real because the Bible says give and it shall be given unto you, a good measure pressed down together, shaking over. People shall give into your bosom. That it's better to give than to receive. I am not non-generous. The principle that we're speaking to, though, is that let's over-deliver on service before we're giving an ask and an expectation of entitlement.
When I go get my car service, they don't ask me for a tip. If anything, they have coffee. They have a whole
That's good.
machine with hot
Would you like
chocolate.
the soda?
And I took
Mm.
my siblings with me because we needed to I needed them with me there while I got my car service. Everybody's like, wow, this hot chocolate's good. It's good hot chocolate. Like,
Yeah.
they're not
Not the
giving
cheap
them
Not just
some
some cheap
powder
stuff.
and water.
There's some real
The
Swiss
machine
miss out
was
here.
making some good hot chocolate. They went and made sure they got 2 hot chocolates.
Let's
They
go,
even have like a
double
whole
back.
snack bar.
Come on.
Like, they're taking care of whoever has to
Yes.
sit there
That's
and wait
good.
for their car. I was
Yes.
just saying, like, how do you engage with your customers? Like, my association with the bank is go there and get candy. Like,
It's good.
I just
Yeah.
would always get candy as a little girl, even as an adult.
Yeah.
If I go inside, I see the teller, they always got a piece of candy for me. When I go get my car service, they always give me a little coupon to go use to get
Yeah.
my car cleaned, to go to the Brown Bear. So I love going in because I know that I get to leave and go get my car cleaned when I leave there.
As much as I hated the dentist as a child, the thing I loved was they used to have those little highlighter magazines. They would give us a brand new toothbrush. They give you
Yes.
some candy.
You love for
They give you
goodies.
like little toys. They had a swag bag for us
Yes.
that made you feel like I just did something important today
Yes.
and I got rewarded for it.
Yes.
So it was there. Shout out to the dentist that had the foresight to know in their dental office that you might be bored or you might be ready to go as a kid. You're playing with your action figures, and then they're about to yank you out of that world into telling you what's going on in your mouth. But they give you things that connect with you and that relieve the parent, that occupy the child to be able to, hey, I got a crossword puzzle, or what's in here, what's in the find the things that are different or not. That was just brilliant.
Yeah.
Marketing and placement. Number 3 was use creative marketing language. When you conduct your market analysis, you think about your potential customers. Who are they? What makes them tick? And when you develop marketing strategies, consider your target market in the language you use. So are they older generation? Are they is the demographic younger? Should you be using some of the social norms of memes and different inside cultural things that are going on within the demographic that you are? So know how to navigate, know how to be bi-dialectical or tri-dialectical, knowing how to speak the dialect of the people groups that you're reaching out to so that you are most effective. You don't want to get lost. You don't want to join into a conversation that you don't understand the rhythm of it. I saw people try to meme and they couldn't meme right. So you're like, just stay out of this world of trying to meme and just do what you're supposed to do and just be, and people respect you for being authentically you.
Yeah.
They'll respect you for being you. We talked about this in one of our previous broadcasts. The coaching community that I'm a part of, they were telling us as coaches, this is not the time for people to try to be someone that they're not. And this was at the height of all the things that happened in our world in 2020, and the racial tensions were high and different things. And they said, so if your brand was never associated with political posting, don't become a political poster. Because it's sloppy. It's going to backfire on you because you were not. See, it's different than speaking to and saying, this is the humanity of me on your personal. But that idea of that all of a sudden now you're trying to pretend that you're something you're not because of what everybody's telling you should do, that's not the right thing to do. And then they said, if you were a person who were continually post, the other thing is that you were continually posting about the content and the value that you had to, don't all of a sudden go ghost. Don't disappear, because it
Yeah.
makes it look peculiar that you disappear in the height of things. Just consistently add value to your customers. So it's just something to consider of what are you doing? Don't get lost in the language of not knowing your demographic and that I'm just trying to please everybody. Because if you're pleasing everybody, you're pleasing nobody. If I'm serving everybody, I'm not serving nobody.
Yeah.
If I don't have an avatar of who it is that I'm going for and that is directly connected to my brand,
Right.
then I don't have a brand.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's huge. You said a lot. That was heavy.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That was good.
Number 4.
Share your business story. What is your why?
I was just gonna say, I love packages that have the business story on it.
That's true.
That's
Even
true.
with
I
chips,
wouldn't-
even with chips bags, like
Yeah,
those are the chip
anything.
bags.
I'm
The family
eating
dynasty. I'm
That's
reading.
so
I'm like,
real.
I'm eating this chip with dignity.
I bought this beverage, and it was like this whole story on like how their grandma used to make them
That's
this
fire.
drink, and like their cultural background tied into it. And I just was like, wow, I want to go back to the store and buy some more. I want to buy
Yeah.
a case of this. Like,
Yeah.
and it was good for my health, and it was good product with good ingredients and a good story. Tell people your story.
That's good.
That's huge. That's
Absolutely.
huge. A story is the bridge to connection.
Mm.
You think about it. When a product has a story, now you've personalized it.
That's good.
Now you're gonna go back and buy it because if it resonates with you, I'm gonna buy more of this thing because I'm saving the earth, or I'm eating healthier, or
Yeah.
I'm
Contributing to the idea that they
contributing to
believe in. Like
the
if they believe in family business, you're saying, I'm investing in this because this is what I believe in.
Or for me with that drink, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm getting taken care of by her grandma.
oh,
Like,
that's good.
What? Her
good.
grandma used to make this for her, now it's being
I'm
made
living
for
in
me.
her grandma's
Come on.
idea.
Grandma's
Yeah.
taking care of me.
Yes, that's huge, and that's crazy. This drink, like you would think surface level, it's a
It's not,
drink,
yeah.
but now it's a feeling.
And I
Yeah.
bought it because it was on sale.
'Cause it's
It was
not-
right next to I was paying for my items, and I turned around. It's like, I need like a cold beverage.
They call those
It was
impulse
sitting
buys.
right there.
They call those
It's
impulse
a perfect
buys.
impulse buy.
Right, when
Yeah.
you're at the end of your
Loved
transaction, you
it.
say,
Oh, yeah, let me
Yep.
grab that real quick.
And I grabbed
Yeah.
2, and I'm glad I did.
Let's
Hey,
go.
And
double the
both
fun.
flavors were delicious.
So as we're landing the plane for today's episode, we want to ask that question and let us tell a little bit about our story team. What kind of things do we have coming up for all of our viewers that they could refer others to? What's going on in our world?
Well, I'll tell you a story. Hey, real talk though. We have the principals class coming up January 29th, and then the Sharks of the Beach pitch competition starting February 29th. And the really cool thing with these two programs is they have helped people to elevate their thinking, have clarity on their business model, and understand the true sales cycle. And they left with a 90-day action plan on what they need to do every week in order to accomplish their goals
good.
for the year. That's what we deliver. The pitch competition, so that's the principals course. That's what we deliver in the principals course. The pitch competition
Business incubator.
allows you, in the business incubator, it allows you to apply all of the lessons that you just learned in principles to your business, and then you get to learn how to communicate your value proposition in 3 minutes or less.
MVP.
You get to compete against everyone else in your class, and we know that competition brings the best out of you. And not only that, right? So you're getting all these skills, but then at the very end of it, you get to compete for cash money to infuse into your business, so that we're not just telling you what to do, we're showing you, and you can receive capital to blow it up and get it started. So I'm super excited about it because, again, this is January, and we get to take all that motivation and we get to put it into action.
It's good.
So check out the link, sign up for principals. It's going to be 3 weeks. It's going to be a fire hose of information, so be ready.
This is your course. What are you waiting for? Sign up right
Tell
now.
your friends. It's going to be great. And
Close
then
the deal. Cut the check. Let's
if you
go.
could, or
Check.
if you think that you are competitive enough and you believe in your business enough to win, well, at least last year's first place winner won 5K. There was prizes for other people too, but I mean, if you could use another 5K, I would suggest signing up today. Ooh, that
Money
might-
you don't have to pay back. It's yours.
it's
It's
yours.
yours. That's for your
We signed the
business.
check.
Take it.
Oh,
Make
and
it
how
Take it
how
home.
expensive is it to be enrolled into these courses for now?
Well, it comes in at the grand total of The goose
There you
egg.
go.
Get signed up. Like we said, what are you waiting for? Stop procrastinating. You made all these, what are those things we talked about? Resolutions.
Resolutions.
It's, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. This year's going to be 24. I expect more. Well, this is the more right now. So get signed up. We're not threatening you. We're encouraging you.
No
So,
excuses.
Anything
no.
else, team, as we get out of here? This is it. We're a little bit over, but it was worth it.
Yes.
I just want to follow up and say, if you haven't launched your business yet, just think of it as a clean slate,
It's good.
right? So you want to build a brand this year in 2024. Well, guess what? A brand is the feeling that you get when you think of this said business or service.
yeah.
So all the feelings that we discussed is because those brands put in that
It's
work,
good.
Yeah.
right? So we're all empty boxes until you fill it up with something that'll resonate with people. So come join Principles and get started.
Let's go.
Ching, ching. Cut the check. We're out.
We'll see you.
Shalom, shalom. Take care. Take care. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Take care.